Well, hi, my name is David Quinn, and a lot of people have been telling me that I should be telling the story of how I met my wife. So we're going to do that right here today, or at least we're going to start that right here today. All right. Ironically, those who know me won't be surprised that my meeting my wife did revolve around a sporting event. I used to work for the professional soccer team, the Chicago Fire, and while we were working there, our professional football team, the Chicago Bears, made the Super Bowl, and we were able to get some tickets and go down to the Super Bowl, which happened to be in Miami. Kind of a Philippine-like a place in terms of the weather, so that was really nice. While down there, me and Stevie D, a friend of mine who actually went on to work for the Chicago Blackhawks and now is back working for the Fire, we were just sitting outside at one of the bars. I mean, the bars were all along the beach, and it was beautiful to sit outside because, of course, the weather was nicer than it was here in Chicago. We were people watching, and next to our table there was a little Asian girl and some old guy that were sitting there, and they weren't talking. They were on separate sides of the table. And of course, me being me, well, I struck up a conversation with her. And at some point during the conversation, I can't remember if it was me or Stevie D, one of us said how we think Asian women are the bomb. For those of you who don't understand that kind of vernacular, that's just saying that Asian women are really good looking. And as soon as that happened, the old guy on the other side of the table perked up. And he goes, "Oh, well then you gotta go to this website." Well, you know, I'd done some internet dating, and I'd had some dates that were so bad that I would have chewed off my own arm to get out of it. But, you know, he's like, "Oh, yeah, you got to go to this website, filipinoheart.com, blah, 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 blah." Well, long story short, turns out that these two people were a couple, and that they lived in the town right next to where Stevie D and I were working for the Chicago Fire. So we both gave them business cards and said, "Hey, if you ever want to go to a soccer game, or sometimes our stadium hosts concerts and all that, give us a call." And we left it at that. Well, less than a month after the Super Bowl, we announced a big concert featuring a gentleman by the name of Eric Clapton. A lot of people will know about Eric Clapton, especially my friends Felicia and Lisa, huge Eric Clapton fans. And this guy really wanted to see the concert, so he started calling me for tickets. But every time he called me for tickets, he's like, "So did you get on that website? Oh yeah, you get on that website. You know, you got to get a webcam so you can see them. You want them to see you. You want to see them. You know, you want to make sure that they're real. And don't call that. Don't go with women in Manila. Those women in Manila, they're all trying to cheat you and all that." Which I didn't find to be really true. But you know, he's telling me all this stuff, and you know, like 3 or 4 times he calls me asking about the tickets. And I'm telling him, you know, they're not on sale yet. Don't worry. I'll be able to hook you up, yada, yada, yada. And every time he's telling me about filipinoheart.com, he's like, "Go on early in the morning or late at night. You'll have so many women wanting to chat to you. It's crazy." Now, of course, I was what Filipinos would call a chick boy. So, you know, I had to fight off a lot of women during my time. You know, it's one of the hard things with being a cute guy. Well, finally one day I decided, you know, I'm gonna check this out. I mean, what the heck? And 3-month membership was like $20, you know, which is what I would spend on a bad date, you know, going out for coffee. So I decided to do it right around Memorial Day, and he wasn't kidding. You know, you get online early in the morning, late at night. It was a different kind of a system back then. Everybody that wanted to chat you, a different window would pop up on the computer. Well, I would have my computer filled with windows, 15, 20 different windows of people wanting to chat me. It was really overwhelming. One of the people that I met there online, her name is Leia, and we still keep in touch to this day. I won't tell you why. But I asked her if she could help me out by translating some words for me on my site to say that I'm not interested in anybody under 28. I don't want anybody who's been married, and I'm not interested in anybody that has children. Because I figured, well, if I was going to meet somebody, if I was going to be real about this, I don't want a ready-made family. I don't want somebody that's so young that it's like I'm a dad. And, I heard about divorce in the Philippines is not common, so if they had been married, then I would have to be paying for the divorce first before we could do anything. So she helped me out with those words, and most of the time then when people would chat me, the first thing I would say is, have you read my profile? And the answer was 95% of the time, no. So I made my profile, and then most of them would just disappear. But I did have a lot of people, that I chatted, and after a couple of months, I decided, I'm actually going to run out of vacation time. Our work put a cap on how many vacation days you could have, so I'm like, I got these days, I got to use them. I'm going to take a trip to the Philippines. This is kind of cool. I'll visit some of the people I've been chatting with. So I booked a trip in August to the Philippines, and I was definitely interested in a couple of the people I was chatting to. A young lady named Rose and another young lady named Servila. But I figured if I'm going over there, I wanted to, I want to meet up with a bunch of these people that I was chatting with. So there was a young lady named Michelle, Leah, who was my translator, Jessica, and Jill, and all that. And they were actually from 3 different islands. One of them was from, a couple of them were up in mainland, up near Manila. Actually, like 3 of them. And then there was one that was from Cebu, and one that was from Mindanao. I took the trip over there, and actually I've got some pictures so that you can see some of these people that I'm talking about. So here we go. Let's just see if we can get them up here on the television so that you can see these people. I guess I have to put on my glass. But I as I said, I met up with 6 of the women there, and actually ended up meeting more of them because they some of them brought friends along, and it was, oh boy, this is not going as well as I would have liked. Here we go. So the first Filipino that I met in the Philippines is Michelle, and she was on the left-hand side, and she brought her friend Jocelyn with her. And not going to tell you why, but Jocelyn played a big role in my wedding in the Philippines. And we went to a mall to walk around and do some shopping, and then I got my first dose of karaoke. As you can see, I'm a regular rock star and all that. Jocelyn and Michelle did a duet. Then I met my translator Leah, who took me to see Tagaytay, which is a volcano in an ocean, and a volcano in an ocean. I think I got that right. And we had a dinner at a real nice restaurant overlooking the volcano. And then this was Rose. This was one of the 2 women that I was interested in. And she was also from Manila. And this was at like some fort in Manila and all that. And of course, we did karaoke and all that, and had a really good time. And then I took a little side trip to Cebu where I met Jill, who was on the right. I can't remember what her friend's name was, and all that. And then I went down to Mindanao where I met the girl in the sunglasses in the middle in the red. That was Servila. And she was always surrounded by a lot of people. Her sister is the girl on the right. And then her 2 nieces are the young lady on the left and the girl in the white on the right, and then the little girl on the front in the blue was just actually a neighbor of hers. Yes, we sang karaoke, and we had a little party at the hotel as well, and went out with some of the neighbor families. And I got my first taste of coconut milk. I was quite the expert. There we are again singing karaoke. And there we are at the nail salon. I always get my nails done when I go to the Philippines. Last of all, there was just a nice picture of us at dinner, another nice picture at dinner, and another nice picture at dinner. And then there's one last picture of me and Rose. But in our next video, we'll talk a little bit about who I chose, and it might surprise you. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Oh, and by the way, why am I dressed like this? Because I'm coming to you on Halloween, an American holiday where the kids get all juiced up on candy and sugar. And this is my costume for the Halloween party I'm going to tonight. Kamusta.